Sure. And he's running for that position. Zack, 2 minutes.
It's so nice to be home. Last Monday I woke up and I had no plans of running for election in November. But my phone started buzzing like crazy because the elections director, Cheryl Huff, at the last minute, I think, she decided at the last minute not to run. My phone was ringing because a lot of people were asking me if I was interested. And we talked about how we've seen an attack on voting across this country, and about how people have worked to suppress the vote, and about how you hear about grandmas not being able to vote, about people that fought for the vote in the 60s not being able to vote. And I decided that it was too important an office to hope somebody good runs. And so with my 30 years of Democratic campaign experience, with my international experience, you know I've gone to Iraq, you've known that I've gone to India and to Indonesia, to Kyrgyzstan, to Ukraine. With all of that experience and my experience on the ballot 7 times, I decided to jump in. And so by Friday, I'm up and running, and on Saturday I was at the 46th district, and then the 36th district interview, and then the 32nd district, and then King County Democrats. I went to my union meeting up in Bothell, and I finished at the South County Democrats. So it's nice to be home again. I'm running because King County should be the model in the country for election standards, for integrity, for access, for turnout, for participation. And I think we can do that. We can build on what is good in the office, 7 million votes, 13 elections without an error, without discrepancies. But we should also expand participation, expand access. And it's not just more ballot boxes and more language. It's about listening to the communities, about how do we get them involved. It's about creating a dialogue with our communities about how do we get them involved, using technology, using outreach, using more ballot boxes, using better language. You know my record. I would like your support when the time comes next month, and I really appreciate your help in the campaign. I'm not asking for money because we can't. I'm in legislative session. I'm actually going down tomorrow for IT meetings. I'm going down on Friday, I think, to deal with the corrections budget. We're still fighting that out. But this is too important to hope somebody good gets there. It's too important to leave to somebody with an untested record or an unknown record. And so I'd love your support. That's why I'm running. You know I'm Zack Hudgins from the 11th District.
Two minutes, no questions.
I'd like to screen.
You said you can't ask for money.
I can't take money.
If somebody wanted to voluntarily send a check to somebody on your behalf, where would we send it?
Completely above board. I'm not going to start fundraising until we're out of session. That'll be July 1st. We're going to go live, and I'll get 15 days to raise as much as I can. I'm working with some of the best people in the state. I'm working with John Weibel, who's a consultant here. He's here tonight. He's a good friend. We've known each other for 20 years doing organizing and campaigns. I'm working with Christian Sinderman. I'm working with Tracy Newman. She helps raise money for Jay Inslee and for Dow Constantine and a number of other folks as well. I've got a great team together, and come July 1st, I'll tell everybody where they can send money. Thank you for the enthusiasm.
David.
I don't want to get sideways with anyone.
David.
Yes. So we have some questions from the body today. What would be your top priorities as election director? And could you be a little more specific, for instance, about how would you improve voter turnout? I mean, I heard technology, but I'm looking more specific.
Well, I'll tell you, like, one of the good things that the election department is doing, in my opinion, is that when you send your ballot in, you can get online and find out where the ballot is in the process. You can say, have they received it? Have they counted it? I think that's awesome. But it's very passive. I think that you should also be able to have a dialogue with the elections department. And that means you can opt into a text message that says, hey, we got your ballot. Now you don't have to go and take a look at their website. You'll know. That creates confidence in the process. It creates confidence in the system. And you do that technology in an open and transparent way so that people don't get creeped out. So you have to be careful with some technology. And I think that's how you increase turnout. It's not just reaching out, doing education. It's not just about good content, telling people why elections are important. It's not just technology. It's all of these things put together.
Okay. We had one other question about...
I always defer to the chair. I got good training in the legislature. Chair gets a big question.
Okay, well, we were going to ask, we've heard the issue about filing deadlines. I know that's an issue for a lot of people. Was there anything you would change in that regard?
Absolutely. I think My voter statement is due, I think, Wednesday at 5, maybe 4. And I think that the time between filing and the time that your voter statement is due is too short a time. Many campaigns don't actually get going. They don't actually get everything going until that filing. Many are started earlier. So this is why I think that you can have a little bit more time. Either you convince the legislature to move filing up a little bit, or you move the deadline out a little bit. Using an excuse that is too hard to get the pamphlet out in time, I think is a bad excuse. It's about access to the ballot. It's about making it easy for people to participate, and I think that there should be more time there. Absolutely.
Okay, thank you, Zach.
Thank you very much. I'm off to the 43rd district to do the same thing.